Hello everyone and welcome again. So continuing our discussion about the orthopedics trauma basic principles class. Here we will talk about the final video in this class, and it's going to be about the joint injuries caused by trauma. And those include the sprains, the strains, the dislocations, and the subluxations. And those will be all explained in this video. So let's start. So let's start by talking about the sprain. So the sprain is an injury of ligaments and joint capsule. The most common locations for sprains are the knee joint, the ankle joint, and the acromioclavicular joint. The mechanism of injury is by twisting or tilting forces affecting the joint. Now let's talk about the sprain grading. So the sprain has different grades depending on the severity of the injury. So grade 1 is minimal tearing of the ligament and it heals completely without any dysfunction. In grade 2 there is partial tearing of the ligament and it can't heal completely, which leads to weakness in the ligament, and it is easy to get injured recurrently. And in grade 3 there is complete tearing of the ligament, rupture of the ligament, and it leads to joint instability, and it has to be treated surgically. So one of the common ligament that is injured is the ACL. The ACL is the anterior cruciate ligament in the knee, and it is injured in this kind of force. It's the twisting force. The leg is twisting this way, and the rest of the body is twisting this way. And this is common in football and common in another sports, but mostly in football. And what happens is that the anterior cruciate ligament here is the normal one, and here, as we can see, it is ruptured, so it gets injured that way. Now let's talk about the clinical features of the sprain. So the patient reports that the joint suddenly forced into abnormal position after trauma, and sometimes the patient hears or feels a snap. And there is usually acute severe pain with or without contusion and hemoarthrosis. So basically the skin overlying the ligament will be contused, like this injury in the lateral ligaments of the ankle joint. And on examination, mostly under anesthesia, you find about the joint instability using special tests. Special tests, every joint have special tests, and for example, the knee joint, there is the anterior drawer test, the posterior drawer test, and there is the valgus and varus stress tests, and there is the Lachman tests. The Lachman test was on the first picture in this video. Now let's talk about the radiographic features of the sprain. So it is best seen with ultrasound and MRI, and the X-ray is normal. The injured ligament show the following features when imaged by ultrasound. There is thickness or thickened and hypoechoic ligament, and there might be an area of discontinuity of the fibers if the injury is grade 3, and there is edema along the injured ligament, and there might be hemorrhage. Now for the treatment of the sprain. So any ligament injury grade treated conservatively initially using the Rice method. The Rice method is the R for resting the injured limb, and then the I is for putting ice on the injury for less than 20 minutes. The ice would lead to vasoconstriction, and this would lead to decrease the edema formed. And the C is for compression with a bandage, and the E for elevation of the injured limb to limit edema formation. And the sprain joint supported in a splint, and after 1 to 2 weeks the splint is exchanged for a functional brace to allow the joint movement. Physiotherapy is initiated to strengthen the muscles around the sprain joint, and after a while there is usually some joint instability. If it is symptomatic, then surgical reconstruction of the ligament is needed. Now let's talk about the strain. So the strain is the injury to a muscle or tendon or both. Remember that the sprain was injury to a ligament. Now the strain is an injury to a muscle or a tendon. The strain is mostly caused as a result of playing sports. Usually the tendon or muscle overstretches and injures. The strain could be partial tearing or complete tearing or tendon rupture. And the strain could be acute following trauma or could be chronic due to repetitive tearing of the muscle or tendon. Now let's talk about the clinical features of the strain. So there is usually pain, there is loss of function of the affected muscle, there is contusion of the skin overlying the muscle. For example, in the hamstring strain, there is a contusion over the area of the muscle, and this patient had both hamstrings strained. This is the other one also contused, and there is usually localized inflammation. Now the strain is also graded or classified. The strain is classified into 3 grades based on severity. The grade 1 is mild strain with minimal tearing of the muscle fibers or tendon. Grade 2 is moderate strain with partial tearing of muscle fibers or tendon. And grade 3 is severe strain with completely torn muscle or completely torn tendon. So it's basically the same classification as the sprain. Now let's talk about the treatment of the strain. So initially it is treated conservatively with the RICE method, which is resting the injured limb, applying ice to induce vasoconstriction for less than 20 minutes to limit the edema formation, and compression of the injured area with bandage and elevation of the injured limb to limit the edema. And those are collected in the RICE mnemonic, as we mentioned. NSAIDs are also used to reduce pain and swelling, and if it is a grade 3 injury of the tendon or muscle, then it should be repaired operatively. Finally, let's talk about the dislocations and the subluxations. So the dislocation is complete displacement of between the joint surfaces. There is no contact whatsoever. And in the subluxation, it is incomplete or partial displacement of the joint surfaces. So here we have examples of the subluxation and the dislocation. So in the right picture here, as we can see, this is the joint surface of the first metacarpophalangeal joint. So as we can see here, this is the joint surface of the metacarpal, and this is the joint surface of the phalange. So as we can see, there is still contact, but there is some area that has no contact. So this is basically a subluxation. There is partial displacement of the joint, but there is still some contact, as we can see here. In the second picture here, in the left, there is the shoulder joint. It's an X-ray of the shoulder joint, and as we can see that the glenoid, this is the glenoid surface, articular surface, and this is the humerus articular surface. So they are far away from each other, and there is no contact between them. So this is what we classify as a dislocation. Clinical features of the dislocation and subluxation is that the joint is painful, the patient avoids moving it, and there is obvious deformity of the joint. The X-ray should be done, and it shows the dislocation and associated bony injury, if any. And the treatment of the dislocation or subluxation is that it must be reduced as soon as possible. The sedation is required, general anesthesia may be needed, and muscle relaxant may be used. After reduction of the dislocation, the joint is rested until soft tissue swelling decreases, and then controlled movement begin with physiotherapy. and there might be residual instability or recurrency of the dislocation, which is solved by surgery. The complications of the dislocation and subluxation is same as the fractures. There might be vascular injury, nerve injury, avascular necrosis, joint stiffness, and osteoarthritis. And with that, we reach the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to support more, you can by subscribing to the Patreon, link provided in the description of this page. Thank you for watching, and peace.